Hello everyone, my name is Ranit and I teach English at Netaji Satabarshiki Mahavidyalya, Ashoknagar, North 24 Parganas. The principal of our college, Dr. Sudhanath Chattopadhyay sir, who is also a professor of English, asked me to do a video to commemorate the 404th death anniversary of William Shakespeare, the Bard of Avon, and it came as a great opportunity to do this video and revisit Shakespeare. So while it will be a very humble effort of mine within my limited resources and knowledge. So first, when we speak of Shakespeare, the first thing that comes to my mind is George Brandis's a very pithy saying: 300 years after his creation, Hamlet still remains the confidant and friend of sad and thoughtful souls of every land. Mr. Verity, while commenting on Hamlet, said, he is a supreme embodiment of the universal in the individual. And even Ben Jonson, Shakespeare's contemporary, said that he was not of one age but of all times. William Shakespeare perhaps was imparting a prophetic vision, was predicting his own immortality in sonnet number 18 when he said, so long as men can breathe and eyes can see, so long lives this and this gives life to thee. This prediction is astoundingly correct, because he was a supreme painter of the multifarious myriad shades of human character, and this is why he achieved universality, because these traits of human beings are very much relevant and relatable even today. For example, if we say Othello's acute mental agony of love and doubt, Antony's fathomless passion for Cleopatra, King Lear's shock when he discovers his daughter's selfishness, and he exclaims, filial ingratitude! Is it not as though this mouth should tear the hand for lifting food to it? Macbeth's vaulting ambition, Hamlet's indecisiveness, these are all very relatable even today. Hamlet wonders at man, the wonderful creature called man, this majestic creature called man, when he says, what a piece of work is man. So it was the time of Renaissance humanism, and of course human beings were making a transition from a theocentric society to a homocentric society, and Shakespeare looked at human beings with all their glory and he celebrated human beings. His penetrating and piercing vision of the human psyche gives him this greatness, this universality. Even about love, when we say, unlike his predecessor Dante, whose love for Beatrice became a means of salvation of his soul, Shakespeare is quite practical and even comic in his portrayal of love. When in As You Like It, he says, he puts in the mouth of Rosalind, no, Orlando, men are April when they woo, December when they wed. Maids are May when they are maids, but the sky changes when they are wives. He gives us a bird's eye view of life. He says this in the 7 stages. He divides the life of a human being into 7 stages in As You Like It, Act 5, Scene 1, when Melancholy Jack says, all the world's a stage and all the men and women merely players. They have their exits and their entrances, and one man in his life plays many parts, his act being 7 ages. At first he is the infant, mewling and puking in the nurse's arms, and then the whining schoolboy. The third stage is the adolescent lover with fiery passion made to his mistress's eyes. The fourth stage, he is bearded like the pard, jealous in honor, sudden and quick in quarrel, seeking the bubble reputation even at the cannon's mouth. The fifth stage, he is a justice. He has his materialistic pleasures, good capon lined, fair round belly. In the sixth stage, he slowly shifts towards death and oblivion. He is in his lean and slippered pantaloon. And on the seventh stage, he returns to second childishness. He came naked and he returns to nothingness. Sans teeth, sans eyes, sans taste, sans everything. So, this is life. Yet, we run after materialistic pleasure. There is covetousness, there is greed, there is selfishness. But we return to Shakespeare to seek solace. He is this also. He provides solace to the inconsolable souls. We take recourse to Shakespeare to understand life, understand relationships, understand how puny we are in the broader scheme of things. We are just like a bubble in the vast sea of time. Perhaps it is relevant to quote Macbeth when he says, "Tomorrow and tomorrow and tomorrow creeps in the petty pace from day to day, till the last syllable of recorded time, and all our yesterdays have lighted fools the way to dusty death. Out, out, brief candle, life's but a walking shadow, a poor actor that struts and frets his hour upon the stage and then is heard no more. It's a tale told by an idiot full of sound and fury, signifying nothing." Shakespeare also, in his To Be or Not to Be, he says that we are made to endure the whips and scorns of time, the oppressor's wrong, because we cannot take our life with a bare bodkin, because we do not know what lies in the unexplored land, the ultimate fear of life, death, the ultimate truth of life. Taking from it, Tom Stoppard, after a very long time, creates his Rosencrantz and Guildenstern are dead. And he says that death is just an absence of a presence. So Shakespeare is everywhere. Shakespeare, even his fools, like Falstaff, like Fest, Bottom, they have an insight. They possess a deep understanding of life, and they are capable of profound wisdom. And it perhaps reminds us of Joker in The Dark Knight of Batman. If we eliminate the diabolical part of it, he possessed an understanding of life, we must say. We can also say that Shakespeare did not adhere to the norms prescribed by Aristotle of the three unities. For example, in Julius Caesar, he does not adhere to the unity of place, and all the scenes are laid all over Rome. He is also very stark and bold in his use of metaphor. For example, in Macbeth he says, "I have no spar to prick the sights of my intent, but only vaulting ambition, which overleaps itself and falls on the other." So the saddle here being the goal, and the writer the ambition, he overleaps and falls, just like Macbeth falls. He also is capable of very bold saying, like cowards die many times before their deaths in Julius Caesar. Many novelists, many poets, he inspired many poets, novelists throughout the ages, starting from Shelley, Keats, Matthew Arnold, who wrote on Shakespeare, Charles Dickens, another great portrayer of characters, to the relatively modern Herman Melville, Iris Murdoch, Aldous Huxley, Somerset Maugham. Many novelists have taken the title of their novels from Shakespeare's play. For example, The Undiscovered Country by Arthur Schnitzer, taken from Hamlet. The Dogs of War by Robert Stone, taken from Julius Caesar. Even Moby Dick by Melville was considerably influenced by Hamlet and King Lear. Aldous Huxley's Brave New World was inspired by The Tempest. Iris Murdoch's The Black Prince was inspired by Hamlet. Shakespeare's contribution to English language is also immense. Over 1700 words that we use are his coinages. He created many words, new words, by adding the original French prefix en or em, like enact, engirt, enkindle, embattle. He created verbs out of nouns, like her breath shall mist and stain the stone, from King Lear. Here, mist and stain are verbs. He created many nouns out of verbs, like import, indent, hatch, dress, dawn. Many words like assassination, fretful, eventful, and other words like courtship, etc. These are Shakespeare's coinages. So he considerably influenced English language as well. In fact, the English honor students do read Shakespeare's influence on English language. And at the end of this video, we can say that he was just like his Cleopatra. Age cannot wither her, nor custom stale her infinite variety. Thank you.